Sup, dudes? We're back at the NASL. We just wrapped up Division 1 of Week 5, and I think TT1 is on the line.
Yeah, I'm here.
What's up, TT1?
Nothing. What's up with you guys?
Yeah. Have I ever told you that you sound like you're from Brooklyn?
Yeah, I've heard that quite a few times, man.
So I'm not the only one that thinks that.
No.
Okay.
Yo, what's up, Rati? How are you, man?
Not much. I'm impressed with your games, man. That was some solid PvZ.
Happy birthday.
Ah, thanks.
Oh,
kind of late, though.
No, I told you I had a good birthday present for you today. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. He said basically he was going to beat Zenio for me, but he phrased it a little bit different. But I cannot repeat those words.
TT1. Oh, go ahead. Finish up.
Have to save your image there, Payam.
TT1, what the hell has happened to your PvZ? It looks so different from Week 1.
Well, week 1, that was when my semester finished, so I didn't have a lot of time to practice. So, like right now, I've been spending like about 1 or 2 months practicing, so I'm in much better shape than when I was in week 1. Also, like, even though I won those games, my play was kind of bad, because last week I had a week off. I had a bye last week, so I didn't play that much, I didn't ladder that much. I hit rank 1 on Grandmasters, and then I was like, okay, you know, I have a week off, so you know I'm just gonna take it easy. I'm just gonna like use up my bonus pool points and keep my rank 1. So I was just using my bonus pools so I could keep my rank.
That ladder anxiety.
Yeah, dude. I was playing like 2 games a day, and then like when this week came around, like alright, I gotta start practicing. You know, I started practicing and I was playing so fucking bad. Like it was unbelievable. But these past like 2-3 days, I mass gamed and I sort of picked up my form, but I still played really bad, especially the second game. I didn't like that.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about all 3 maps. The first map on Antigua, it looked for a long time you were trying to win the game on 2 bases, but you did have a sick amount of probes. Was it always part of your plan to eventually fall back and wait for Colossus if you would go Hydralisk?
At first, like, I know that Zenny he likes like doing Hydra Roach pushes, so my builders are kind of leaned around that, trying to hold those type of pushes off. But yeah, I wanted to take my third, but then like I was like, okay, let me push him a bit, maybe force a few units, then back off and take my third, because the only way he can defend that is with like mass roaches. And the style that I went for was like heavy upgrades with good immortal counts. But then when I saw he had Hydras, I'm like, oh shit, okay, I have to go to robotics. So I delayed my my third base a bit. I held the push off, and then I had a really big upgrade advantage. When I held the push off, I took my third base, and that was basically it. And do you want to go into the second game?
Yeah. Before we do, I just want to ask just one more thing about Antigua, because you were so patient. Like I swear I thought you were going to overextend and lose that army, but it seems like at the perfect moment you drop back, you drop good defensive force fields, and you're able to kind of retreat and fight all the way back to your third base. Like, at what point did you say to yourself, I'm not going to pursue this push, I'm going to back off?
Well, I caught a glimpse of his Hydra count, and it was pretty big. So, you know, like, you have to take whatever your opponent gives to you. At that point, I knew, like, okay, if I like didn't have a lot of confidence, then maybe I would have pushed in and tried to win the game on there. But, you know, I was confident in my play, and I was like, okay, I still have a good upgrade advantage. So all I have to do is, he invested a lot into Hydras. So I was like, all I have to do is defend his push, because of course when Zerg has that many Hydras, they want to attack.
Yeah.
Unless you're Hydra and you just want to like sit on 200 for like 15 minutes off of Hydras. But yeah, so I knew
TT1, so be him.
So I knew he was gonna push eventually, and I just held that off, and yeah, that was the game basically.
Yeah, it was an interesting game, and I think people enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. And let's talk a little bit about Daybreak, not too long of course, because it's the only map that you lost. Did you feel that perhaps those force fields, when he went for the big attack, were not as good as you dropped them on Antigua, for instance, when a couple of those roaches squeezed through as well?
Yeah, I made 2, like, build order wise, it was a really good game for me, but I made 2 big mistakes. Like, that was the first mistake, the force fields, and also I forgot to get hallucination. And you mentioned, like, the robotics, my Colossus was really late. If Zerg wants to do, like, a 200 rush push, then the Colossus is useless. You won't have it, and you won't have it fast enough to defend the push. So I should have got hallucination much faster to check what he was going for. And also, like, Colossus only hard counters, like, Hydra, basically, Hydra timings. And if you want to hold, like, roach pushes and even muta timings and stuff like that, you have to delay your robotic spay. But that was bad on my part. Like, I forgot about hallucinations, so my Phoenix Scout was really, really late. So my robotics bay was late. I could have made up for that with good force fields, I think, and if I went back to my third base and stayed at that choke, maybe I could have defended it, but the late robotics bay hurt me a lot in that game.
All right, and last but not least, let's talk shortly about Ohana, because you're giving really nice, excellent answers though. But one thing I want to talk about straight away is like, what's up with you and Pylon placements, man? How did you find these perfect spots that no Zerg apparently seems to scout?
No, but the one on Antigua and Ohana were pretty standard spots. The one in Daybreak was kind of unstandard. I think like most protesters proxied over there, but I don't know.
Yeah. But I
Dude,
feel
if you go back and watch those replays, you'll see that every pylon you planted was like 1 pixel outside of Xenia's sight range.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Sick.
fortunate. Yeah, that was really fortunate for me. And when he didn't see that, like I took out his also the first 2 games. In the third game, like he scouted my 4 game. That's why I always let him see my gateways, because I was like maybe I could mind game him in the third game. Both the first 2 games he saw my 4 gates, but I didn't pressure him. And then the third game, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pressure him a bit. Let me see if he's gonna like take a shortcut or something. And he did take a shortcut. He didn't roach up, so I punished him for that.
Well, TT1, you've been playing absolutely great at the North American Star League. I want to congratulate you on your 3rd win, cashing them checks, taking that NASL money. You're pretty poised to make it into the playoffs, so I really hope that we see you in, I guess, Toronto this year.
Yeah.
Do you have any shout-outs you'd like to give before we hang up on you?
Shout out to you guys. Shout out to all the fans for watching, and my sponsors: Cynizer, XMG, Casper Sky, ISO, Speedlink, and Lightmax. Thanks, guys.
Congrats, TT1. We'll see you next week for more awesome StarCraft II.
All right. Have fun, guys. Bye.
Peace out, buddy.